first your opinion on whether or not public schools are working as hard as they need to work to reopen in person.
Well, where I live, no. I would like to say a shout out to those that did go back in the fall. There are a couple districts in Virginia that made that effort and made it work and looked at the science, as they say, and figured out that children were low risk, especially the young ones, and that they could make this happen. But places like where I live have really just talked for a year. That's it.
That's it. And by the way, that includes D.C., L.A., San Francisco, Chicago, most major metropolitan areas where the teachers' unions are dominant. Now, Mary Katherine, I've got a post-opinion piece today that's generating a lot of blowback from both elites, like the editor of Scientific American, and teacher union trolls. Because I said, look, the federal government just passed what is a voucher program in disguise. Everybody with a child under 17 is going to get a monthly check, at least for a year, plus a $1,400 check. This is your opportunity, parents, to bolt. This is your chance to go find a private school. And I know it costs more than the $3,000 or $3,600 a year you'll get and the $1,400 one-time sum and the child tax credit. But I think we're going to see a migration to private schools. Do you?
Yes, I think it's already started. There's not just a migration to private schools. There's a migration within the state here to places that have schools. But I think, when you put that money in people's pockets, they can make different decisions. And the thing about here and places that have had almost no in-person option for more than a year, they just started last week, so it was a year of no in-person option for anybody, is that a lot of parents got the message loud and clear that nobody is really interested in their kids. I mean, they kicked and screamed to go back. And so I think that is a message that a lot of parents got for the first time and were surprised by. And I think they would like other options. So I think you saw a lot of that drain already in the fall. I mean, a lot of kids have withdrawn. We've had thousands out of the districts that I'm part of. I took mine out to homeschool because I knew that they were going to jerk them around this year. I just did not have confidence they were going to make something work, and I was correct. And here we are. And by the way, it's all for naught. They could have gone back to school. They've gone back to school all over the country and other places, and they've gone back all over Europe, even without masks, and done well.
And continue to do fine because they made adjustments like putting younger teachers in classroom and letting older teachers stay home. But the messaging here, I don't think the Democrats understand the under the waterline damage. This is something parents won't forget, Mary Katherine Ham. Do you agree with me? This is not, in fact, in these 5 special elections that are coming up for Congress, if I'm the Republican, I run on open the schools, open the schools, open the schools.
Yeah. And this is my thing. Yeah, I hope they don't forget. Sometimes I'm amazed by people's short memories. But I'm with you that every Republican should be talking about almost only this, because it is a thing where elected Democrats and teachers unions are aligned in the places that are very blue. There is not leadership that will stand up to them, almost without fail. No, they will just lay down and listen to them. And it's really, really hurting parents and kids. It's not a joke. The damage they're doing is real. The learning loss is real. The effects on people's mental health are real. And it's a real serious thing. And I think if Republicans make themselves the people who are advocating for going back to school and for making more options available via vouchers or school choice in the future for if schools decide they want to shut down in the future again, then I think that works for them.
You know, every private school, I know Catholic schools mostly, and the average cost of a Catholic elementary school is $5,000 a year. You can find in 90% of the country a Catholic school that will let your kid in for the $3,000 you're about to receive. Now, I know some families can't afford to do that because they're on the edge, but this amount of money that's going out, the poverty line is $50,000 for a family of 4. People are getting this check up to $150,000. Do you think that the private schools of America know the opportunity that is in front of them to fill every desk and to expand?
I think a lot of them do. I think the ones near here were ready to hit the ground running last spring. I was a little worried that the state would shut them down, but they have done really well here. I mean, just blocks from my daughter's school, which their doors have been closed from day one, is a little Christian school that has been open since September and doing fantastic. And the principal, I think, is very prepared to open his arms to whoever he can have come in there. And I just think they've been a model of how to serve kids, and they've been a model of what it looks like when you're incentivized to serve the people who are inside your school, as opposed to sort of being able to take a pass on that because there's no political cost to you.
Yeah, our priority, if a district says, private or public, our priority is children, they will have acted very differently from those who say our priority is teachers. And boy, if their priority is teachers, it's not going to change whatever their marketing is. Last word to you, Mary Catherine. Does this last?
What, the stand down here?
Yeah.
Look, there's a lot of fighting going on right now in Virginia where I am, and parents are furious, and they're going to get them back, but I'm not sure it's going to be 5 days a week in the fall. So be prepared for that if you're in a place where they're not right now.
Get ye to a private school, America. Mary Catherine Ham, follow her on Twitter at MKHammer and on CNN. Thank you. I'll be right